An increasing number of people may come into your restaurant with a food allergy, and in this video we look at how to minimize their risk. We also look at the general requirements of food hygiene and safety, as this is all part of reducing the risk of cross-contamination from potential allergens. It's very important for all caterers to be aware of food allergy and to take it seriously. This is because when someone eats a food they are allergic to, even the tiniest amount, this can cause a very severe reaction called anaphylaxis.
Anaphylaxis is a very rapidly developing and severe reaction which occurs as a consequence of somebody being allergic to one of many factors, which could be a food such as peanuts or tree nuts, or an insect sting from a wasp or a bee.
Allergic reactions occur after the body has misguidedly made a certain type of antibody called IgE in response to things such as foods, dust or stings. In very severe cases this can cause blood vessels all over the body to expand and become leaky. The patient is left without enough blood pressure to keep the vital organs functioning and rapidly becomes weak and starts to lose consciousness.
I'm allergic to nuts. I've got an allergy to all nuts.
And I'm allergic to eggs, fish and nuts.
I'm allergic to peanuts.
And I'm allergic to every nut except for pistachios.
I'm allergic to peanuts. I'm allergic to peanuts and everything related.
And I'm allergic to nuts, but I'm not allergic to peanuts.
I'm allergic to peanuts and peanut butter. My sister Hannah is allergic to red food colouring. I'm allergic to egg and milk.
The most common allergic foods are peanuts and tree nuts, such as walnuts, Brazils, almonds and hazelnuts. However, people are allergic to other foods, and any customer who claims to suffer life-threatening allergic reactions to a food should be taken seriously.
OK, you ready to order?
Yes, actually before we order, my son's allergic to nuts and I was wondering if there's any nuts or nut products in the lasagna.
Oh, I shouldn't think so.
Well, even a trace could be really harmful.
We don't usually put nuts in lasagna. Would you check with the chef, please? It really would be very serious for him. Very serious for him. Very serious for him.
I'm Dr. Sue Lamin, and I've come to the Orangery restaurant at Burley House today to meet Andrew Reid because he's made particular efforts to deal with food allergies.
Here at Burley it's very important on the training aspect of different allergies. A customer comes into your establishment, places an order, says they have an allergy. You've got to train your staff from the very beginning, from the customer's contact, right the way through, from ordering into the kitchen, out from the kitchen, out into the front, onto the customer's table. When the customer presents the order and says they have the nut allergy or any allergies, we then will take the order, we take a marker highlight pen, and then it is taken manually to the kitchen, given to chef. In a busy kitchen it's no good shouting, table 9 has got an allergy, chef's busy, another check's coming on and whatever. So it's very important to train the staff and put in your procedures and make sure you follow them through.
Good food management starts when food's delivered. Is it sound? Is it clean? Does it smell fresh? Is it not mouldy? Is it not dirty? If it's soft and rotten when you receive it, you don't want it. Part of reinforcing training is to put up memorandums about keeping raw and cooked separate. Separating food's important. Refrigerated storage is important, but you still have to keep the food separate. The lidded containers stop anything dropping into them, the floor's clean, and the cooked meats are kept well away from the raw meats which are on another shelf. To prevent contamination, organisation is important. Things have to be arranged so you can see what you've got, clearly labelled. Everything's got a lid. Having things lidded and in the right containers prevents spillage. There's very little spillage on the floor here, so there's nothing to attract pests. The nuts are kept separate in one area. Again, well labelled. Even the fridge needs to be kept in an orderly way. Good separation. Colours on everything. Lidded containers. Labels and date stamps. Everything nice and clear.
Here at Burley House we take our responsibilities to customers very seriously, especially with the twin issues of cross-contamination and allergy problems. Another integral part of our work in the kitchen, particularly related to food safety, is the fact that we must maintain a clean working environment, and this means using appropriate materials to clean and protect all the surfaces and equipment we use. All these things together do help us to take our responsibilities to our customers really seriously and ensure we don't hurt anybody when we're actually trying to feed them. The issue of communication when we're relating to food allergy instances is very important.
Please can I have a salad?
Yes, you may.
But I'm allergic to nuts.
No problem, we'll sort that out for you.
The way that we deal with this here is that the member of staff that's dealing with the order from the point of sale will actually physically come into the kitchen and write on the cheque this particular food allergy or highlight it in whichever way appropriate. That communication, the first communication, is probably the most important because that's how we in the kitchen do actually understand the customer's requirements. It's all too easy to forget about the potential risk of cross-contamination. I want to show you what can go wrong.
In this demonstration, Rob is mixing and dressing the green salad with walnut oil. Our young allergy sufferer has ordered a salad, but she is allergic to nuts.
Yes, you may.
But I'm allergic to nuts.
No problem, we'll sort that out for you.
So, the walnut oil has to go. Rob takes a fresh salad and uses olive oil instead. But what about the bowl and the spoon? They should have been thoroughly cleaned or changed to prepare this salad. This would have spelt disaster for our young allergy sufferer. In food hygiene training, we always talk about the risks of cross-contamination. For example, we teach that you use a separate preparation board for raw meat and ready-to-eat foods to avoid contamination from bacteria. This is vitally important when dealing with potential allergens. To clean thoroughly and to remove bacteria and potential allergen problems, you need to wash equipment at high temperature using appropriate detergents and disinfectants. Recent studies in the United States have shown that hot soapy water is better for removing allergen traces from the skin than antibacterial products. The Chartered Institute of Environmental Health recommends in its training that you should follow certain key areas in food safety. These include knowing about food safety hazards, food handling and cleaning. That includes dealing with potential allergy problems. If you clean up as you go, you help to remove the risk. The principles of hazard analysis and critical control points are crucial here. Food businesses are required by law to demonstrate that they have identified all food safety risks and introduce measures to deal with them.
In January 2006, new regulations came into force, and now anybody who processes, prepares or handles food has to demonstrate that they have a food management plan. To help with this, the Food Standards Agency brought out some guidance. The guidance is called Safer Food, Better Business, and it's all about making food safely, and it covers headings like cross-contamination, cleaning, chilling, cooking, management, and it includes a diary to keep day-to-day records so you can demonstrate that you're keeping the proper controls on a day-to-day basis.
The takeaway restaurant is a potential minefield for food allergy sufferers because of the ease with which meals can become contaminated. This Indian restaurant in Penarth in South Wales is unusual in that it goes to great lengths to guard against that.
Food allergy is very important to us. We have several customers who have a specific allergy and we take it very seriously. As some allergies can be life-threatening, it is very important to give accurate information as possible. If we are not sure, we will advise the customer not to have that particular dish. Well, here is a list of one of my regular customers, and she's allergic to quite a few, such as nuts, peppercorns, nutmeg, paprika. When Jo came here and she told me that all these allergies she has, so we sat down and made up a list that she can't eat and the things she can eat. And we made sure that when she comes here, now she could have a granted good meal. If an allergic customer knows that you are serving them the right food, they'll keep coming back. And it's an opportunity for you to make a friend, and it's good for the business.
In order to be able to deliver their promise to a customer who has a food allergy, it's necessary that all ingredients are clearly marked and that all foodstuffs are clearly labelled. When using pre-packed ingredients, it's essential to accurately know their contents. Minimizing risks of cross-contamination is vital, for instance by using different chopping boards for raw meat and for vegetables. When dishing up meals for takeaway, it is vital not to allow sauces to be spilt from one meal into a different dish, and that separate serving spoons are used for different types of sauces. It is vital to maintain absolute cleanliness of equipment and also of personal hygiene.
My name's Liz Mapletoft and I'm the Deputy Catering Manager of Oakham School in Rutland. We do on average here at Oakham School 2,300 meals a day. That's for staff, residents and of course the pupils. We do a very varied menu. Breakfast consists of a full fry, sausage, bacon, eggs, 4 or 5 cereals, toast, fresh orange juice, and again at lunchtime we have homemade bread and homemade soup, pasta dishes, 2 main course dishes, 1 vegetarian, hot sweets, cold sweets. Quite a varied and balanced diet for the youngsters that we're feeding. The age group of our customers is from about 10 to 18. Out of the 1,050 students that we have, I would say we have 60 known allergies. I say known allergies because I do think there's probably a lot of allergies out there that we don't know about. The majority of these allergies are nut allergies, and we have quite a few severe nut allergies. So we have to be very careful in labelling all our food and making the children aware of the choices they take. We do try not to get anything with nuts in. Obviously ice creams and some bought-in sweets will contain nuts or will have been in contact with nuts. It's therefore up to us to train our staff and to train our students in a way so that they know to ask our staff if our dishes contain nuts. All our staff are trained on being employed at Oakham School. They are made aware of allergies. We have staff briefing before every meal, so the front of house staff know any dish that may contain nuts. These dishes then are labelled with clear labels. We encourage the children as well to come to us and let us know if they have an allergy. In that way we can get to know the children and get to know their faces, so that when they come into us for their meals, we can say, don't have this dish, it contains such and such. If we do use nuts, we make them very visible. Our Bakewell tarts contain no almonds. We don't put almonds on top. We do try just to steer away from what we know can be a very dangerous thing. We do have children with shellfish allergies, but that is very easy to control. It's very easy to see that our prawns on the menu, etc. Nuts is a whole new ball game, quite honestly.
I'm Rose Bazan, I'm 12 and a half and I'm allergic to all nuts, especially peanuts. Well, when I was about 1, my mum gave me a peanut butter sandwich and I reacted to it, and she went to the hospital to get me tested for allergies, and we discovered there that I had a nut allergy. I've got to carry around an EpiPen with me, and sometimes I can't have things and sometimes I can. The food here, for starters, is absolutely wonderful, and they all reacted very positively to my nut allergy, and they're very, very helpful, and sometimes they'll even go and get extra food for me if there's something I can't have, and they all understand and just are very, very helpful.
We check our suppliers out. We do site visits to all our suppliers. If we're given a new product, obviously we'll check the labelling. If the labelling isn't sufficient, we'll get hold of that manufacturer and find out exactly what is in this product. In the kitchen we have various control points to ensure that the food gets safely onto the customer's plate. We have separate chopping boards for separate uses. We have separate knives. We have separate sections, in fact. We have a salad section where only sandwiches and salads are prepared. We have a meat section where only meat production occurs. And we have a sweet section. This helps reduce the risk of cross-contamination and makes our life a lot easier. Obviously out on the servery as well, there is a risk of cross-contamination. Therefore, all our dishes out on the servery are self-contained. A curry will be served in a curry bowl, so there is no risk of that curry cross-contaminating the rice. All salad dishes will be in a self-contained container. Another important factor is temperature control, and food leaving the kitchen is probed to make sure it's the correct temperature, and it's also probed out on the hot plate. All these things help prevent the risk of food poisoning.
Yes, you're quite safe with the lasagna.
Following the guidance in this video and in a food hygiene training program will ensure happy customers, safer food and better business.